Okay, you're listening to Crypto Wealth. Today we're going to do a quick recap of the markets. The markets have been very stagnant. I mean, it's kind of a up and down, but really and truly, the markets have barely moved. Um, you know, 24 hours, we've seen a 0.94%, not even a 1% move in Bitcoin. In 24 hours, 0.81. In 7 days, only a 1.71% move. So you can expect to see a big move coming up sometime in the next 3 to 5 days would be my guess. Ethereum again barely moved. These are all single digit moves for a 7 day period. Um, Dash is up 15% over 7 days. IOTA's down 14%, Monera's down 20%. In 7 days, a 20% move in the crypto market isn't that big a deal. So we look at this recap. Here's what I'm talking about. I want to talk about why you can make so much money. These goes 12%. This one here, BitConnects 2%, 25% Lisk. If I was going to invest, I would not personally come all the way down here to invest in most of these coins. I prefer to stay in the top 10 for the most part, unless there's certain times that I would invest in other coins, and we'll talk about that in another video. But the reason that you can make so much money in cryptocurrency is because these are small moves. I'll do another market recap and I'll show you cryptocurrency has massive multi-percentage moves. Like you can see, 5, 10% in a day is not unheard of. Therefore, when you see that, there's massive moves, there's a massive opportunity in that when you see those kinds of moves. And I do some investing, and that's where you see a lot of money earned, is because of the volatility in the market. Think about it. If the stock market as a whole rises 10% in a year, that's a really, really big deal. But the cryptocurrency market, literally the entire market can go up or down 10% in a day, just according to, this market cap. This has been as high as, I want to say 160 something billion. Um, and it's been as low as probably 119, and that's all in the past 30 days. So that's a huge, huge move in the entire market. That means there's a tremendous amount of opportunity. Now, for me personally, I don't mind trading in and out of currencies. That's not my first go-to though. I like things that are like master nodes. That's what I'm looking at investing in. I like for ways to produce um, cash flow off the currencies, because ideally my ultimate goal is to hold Bitcoin. I want to hold as much Bitcoin as possible. And I'll cover that in another video as well. Bitcoin right now, 48% of the entire market dominance. So that's huge. This entire market, probably over 1,800 cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin accounts for 48%. Sometimes it's as high as 50, 51%, but right now it's 48.1% of the entire market. And here's the thing, Bitcoin is the wave of the future. Cryptocurrency is the wave of the future. I come across this earlier. Um, Breaking Bitcoin exchange BTC China will close by October. Okay, this is good. This may, well, that was a story on the 14th, so that's not going to move the market. I'm looking for something to move the market so we can make some money, but check this out. So, is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Come down. People's Bank of China think tank cryptocurrencies are a realistic threat. They're talking about it being a threat to the banking industry because no one has control of cryptocurrency. It's decentralized. Um, there was another one I was like, wow, check that out. Australia ends double taxation of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That's awesome. That means the government's beginning to open up to it. At the end of the day, regulations. At the end of the day, we're gonna have to see this market regulated in some way. And if we do, then chances are, as long as it's regulated and they don't do bans, then we're gonna see massive massive money, massive. The market's going to go up super fast. Now, if cryptocurrencies start getting banned, I still think we're going to see the market move up. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Um, Here we go. Using blockchain technology. Storica to let anyone build an online marketplace using blockchain. Delaware approves of tracking of stock ownership on a blockchain. Blockchain technology, if you don't know what that is, you need to definitely look that out. Blockchain technology is fascinating. It will change the world. Oh, this is huge. Vitalik Buterin. Vitalik Buterin is the gentleman who created Ethereum. Ethereum is the second largest, if we come back over here to cryptocurrency. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency at a $27 billion market cap. So basically, what's that, about a third of Bitcoin? But still no joke, 27% of 27 billion. So the main, well, I can discuss Ethereum. I don't want to make this video too long. I can go into details about Ethereum in another video. But Vitalik Buterin, who's the creator of Ethereum, says Ethereum will have Visa scale transaction capacity in 2 years. So see, that's one of the things that holds Bitcoin back, is the ability to be able to, as a cryptocurrency, is that when the blockchain can get congested. So it's still very cheap, especially when you're moving, when you're not doing microtransactions. It's still very cheap to be able to transfer money on Bitcoin using Bitcoin. It's still quite cheap compared to, say a bank wire, for example, or moving money internationally. For sure, Bitcoin shines big time. In fact, all of these currencies do. The thing that makes the challenge, though, is that a year or two ago, Bitcoin transactions were almost instant. Now they can take, anywhere from 10, 15 minutes up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And as it continues to scale, unless there's changes done to the protocol, and there are programmers and developers looking at making changes, but unless there are changes done, then Bitcoin is going to never be able to handle the amount of transactions that, say, for example, Visa can. Ethereum is saying they're making changes to their cryptocurrency where it's going to be able to handle Visa type volume. That's what Vitalik is saying right here. Where's it? Right here. This is what he's saying in this story. And this is a huge story if they can pull it off. It sounds great, looks great, but can they actually pull it off? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen for sure. But hey, Bitcoin's where it's at. I genuinely believe the next greatest wealth, the next greatest millionaires and billionaires, the largest influx. I mean, this is like internet, 2.0 type stuff here. This is incredible, incredible. My goal is to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. And stay tuned to my channel for education updates, market analysis, and just follow my journey as here at Crypto Wealth as we continue to grow our Bitcoin wealth, if you will.